Hey Wanderers, how's it going today? Making this one right after I had made the other one, going back down a road. The other video I touched at the end there, I touched on something that I thought might be an interesting topic for talking about. My daughter is 7. I am 54. Yeah. She didn't get a chance to meet my father or any of my grandparents. She got to meet my mom, knew my mom for the first 5 years of her life. Then we lost mom. So I kind of started doing a new little tradition. And on my dad's birthday, we just made it about Dad, so that she could see what Grandpa Ed's influence on my life was like, what he was like. I'd tell her some of the stories that he would tell us and all the different crazy things that he did. And how he impressed me with different things. And I would tell her some of the things that he did that were not so impressive, that weren't so positive, and how those have impacted me as well. So that she can get an idea of how these things are influential in our lives and how our parents pass on to us different things and how we try to change some of those things, and just maybe help her have an understanding of what that whole process is to become yourself. So tomorrow is my mom's birthday. So today we're celebrating it since I've got the day off, and my daughter will be out of school in a while, and we just have a chance to do some home movies, and so she can see what Grandma was like when she was younger and when I was little. That's one thing that was amazing to have, is movie camera, so that we had all these little movies that were made at holidays and birthdays and things like that growing up. So she'll be able to know them through those and through the stories that we have. So I was wondering if anybody else does that kind of thing. Is that something that you do, or is that something that sounds really kind of cool to you and you might start doing now? Let me know in the comments. We do dinners and things like that with their favorite foods and all that kind of stuff. And then we just kind of spend the day talking about them and sharing how they were a part of our lives, how they influenced our lives, and what they did. My daughter only has one grandparent left alive. That's my mom's mom. All the rest of the history of our families is gone. Oh, there's a nice view of the lake there. I missed that going the other way. Beautiful. So, let me know. It's kind of a fun thing to do. If you're thinking about doing it and want some advice or anything like that, let me know. I mean, it's not really much to advise on. It's just talk about the person. Kind of keep them going. Kind of came to me watching a music video by Disturbed. Hold On to Memories. Damn good song, by the way. Love that song. I'm a music lover. I love music. That's so much powerful connection. It is to your ears what chocolate chip cookies and apple pies baking in the oven are to your nose. it's just nostalgic. It just brings back all this stuff. Fills your mind with memories and history. Amazing stuff. I love it. But at any rate, that's what you do. You know, you just, your meals are what their favorite foods were from when they were alive, and all the stuff that you remember, and you share it with those that never got to meet them, didn't know them, whether it be your kids or whether it be your nieces and nephews, or, you know, just share that little bit of history one day out of the year. I think it really is beneficial. I think I would have been a little bit better off if I'd heard stories about my dad's parents to get an understanding of why he was the way he was. He was a man to me that was kind of born out of place. His compassion and his understanding of people was very different than the average or standard or whatever you want to call it of those that were born in 1920. It was a hard time that they grew up in their teenage years from, I don't know, the Roaring 20s. They were 9 years old. Up to 9 years old, the Roaring 20s were an amazing time in their lives. Well, here we are again in the Roaring 20s. But I think our Roaring 20s are going to come crashing down before 29. So there's some parallels, but at any rate, he was softer than his generation tended to be. It doesn't mean he wasn't wrong on a few things, and he was still very firm. He had the firm belief of the paddleboard, and spankings were the way to go. I received my share. My poor brother received more than his share, and my other brother didn't receive enough of his share. But of course, you ask the one in the middle, and neither one of us received our share. He got all of our shares. Poor guy. But, well, that was a pretty big little slide right there, too. That monster. That was a big old rock came down. Okay. So, sharing your family heritage and family history with those who didn't get to meet those people. It's kind of a cool topic. It's kind of something that I've been definitely enjoying. And the way that I set aside time for that is on their birthdays. So, any of the grandparents' birthdays we're doing the same thing for, and trying to let her have some time with my mom's sisters. We got a few of them left. 3 to be precise. One that we hardly ever see, but one that comes down every now and then is in California here. They're all in California here. But 2 of them are up north more. And so we don't see them as often. And we've got one right here in town, so we try to spend time that one and doing church and stuff and things like that with that aunt. So she gets stories from them too. And we'll probably try and call those ones tonight and see if they have any stories about my mom from when she was younger and stuff like that to share. So this kind of sums that up. We're almost 10 minutes. We'll let it go at that and say happy birthday to my mom. And again, share in the comments. Do you do stuff like this? Is this something that you do as well? Oh. I had a mountain biker go by. I didn't want to put him in the video, so there we go. He was cruising. That was fun. Probably not very fun going up it, but he's having fun going down. All right, Wanderers. Thanks so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing the comments on this one. It'll be really interesting. And heck, share something about your grandparents or something about the people that shaped your life, that influenced your life in some way. All right, man. Have a good one.